Hey guys, Easy here from FLEXDEM TV. Today I'm going to show you a set of dumbbells called the 1090s by a company called Bowflex. Now, a little while ago I did a written review of these for the FLEXDEM.com website and they scored really favourably. I'm a huge fan of these. I've had my set of dumbbells here for about a year and a half now, and in that time they've been thoroughly pressure tested, where I've been lifting heavy, chucking them all over the place, and if I'm honest, I've never really looked after them as such, yet they've stood the test of time and they're still going strong, so I'm really pleased. One thing to point out is that these are not aimed at your average Joe who trains from home or any beginners, and the reason being is because they're very expensive. For this unit here you're talking £450, which is not cheap by any standard. If anything, they're aimed more at your serious trainer, or obviously someone who's got the cash to splash and doesn't mind spending that kind of money. Right, so I'm going to explain how they work and I'll try to justify why they cost as much as they do. What you have here is a heavy duty set of dumbbells where you can actually change the weights via a disc system here by turning these wheels at the side that are numbered and locking them into place. Now we'll start off with £10, which is the lightest weight, you see, and you can increase the weights by £5 increments, so we're talking 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc., and they go right up to £90. Now some people think £90 doesn't sound like a lot, but that is a serious lump of weight there. And for me, that's more than I'm ever going to need, so it should be enough for most people. Now the reason they cost so much is because what you have here in this self-contained unit is the equivalent of what you find in a commercial gym in terms of a whole rack of dumbbells. You have everything here from 10, 15, 20, right up to 90, which is fantastic. In addition to that, you're saving yourself a lot of space. Now most people who train from home, out of their bedroom, their garage, their shed, space is an issue, and that's sorted straight away here. There are a couple of things I don't like about these. First being the width. They're wider than your average dumbbell. It takes getting used to. One thing that will cause a little bit of a problem is for things like seated dumbbell curls. The range of motion I'm looking for is to be quite tight to my body and go all the way down, all the way up. If I do that with these, I'm going to bash myself in the legs, so you need to adjust your positioning accordingly. And if you do so, it kind of turns it into a slightly different exercise. You still get the same kind of pump, but it's just something to think about. Another thing is the handle. It's not very well designed in my opinion. It's quite rough and has sharp edges here, which isn't an issue when you're using lighter weight. When you start using £90, it has a tendency to dig into your hands and it's very uncomfortable. So the way to combat that is to either wear gloves, which I hate, or do as I do and use weighted straps to wrap around. But it's an additional headache you don't need, to be honest. Oh yeah, if you're a beginner to using these, you'll find if you're doing drop sets, so let's say we're using £30 and you want to come down into the weight, you want to do so effectively and efficiently. So sometimes what happens is when you put it back in and change styles to go to a lighter weight, it has a tendency sometimes, if you don't lock it in correctly, of locking and you can't get it out. And the only way to do so is to jiggle it about a bit, and that's a pain. However, with practice, you'll soon find you can get it every single time and move quickly. And that's the only real problem. So, I mean, outside of that, I don't really have any issues. I think they're a great bit of kit. For me, I use them all the time, and they're probably my favourite thing that I have in my gym here. I like the fact that they're versatile. For instance, if I'm travelling within my own country and I'm staying in a hotel, I'll just chuck them in the back of the car. I'm safe from the noise that wherever I'm going, I've always got a good workout to be had. I love the fact that there's so many different weights at your disposal, from 10 right up to 90, it's great. And the fact that you're saving yourself a lot of space. Now the actual cost, I know it's expensive, £450, that's a lot of money. However, if I was to kit my gym out with what you'd find in a commercial gym, covering all of those weights from 10 right up to 90, I'm probably going to pay about 2 or 3 times the amount that I pay for these, so it's a worthy investment in my opinion. Like I said, they're for the serious trainer, they're not really aimed at your average Joe or beginner, so it comes down to preference at the end of the day. They do make a cheaper model, and slightly lighter, which starts at £5 and goes up to £52, and you're talking about paying £300 for those, so they're still expensive. But if you're serious about your home training and you're looking for a quality bit of kit, here you get what you pay for, so they're definitely worth taking a look at.